Hello, Oracles. Oracle Tim here from Oracle Investments. Well, the markets are looking ugly today. This is something we had discussed last week. We were potentially going to see another ugly day today, and then I'm anticipating the market turning around tomorrow or Thursday, sometime later this week. Don't know for sure. There's a lot of activity going on in Russia. It's all macro environment stuff. So because it's all macro environment stuff, I'm going to put out today a bunch of the catalysts, positive catalysts, that I see for Tesla coming up over 2022. So as a reminder, the macro environment may pull the stock down, but I still look at the fundamentals of the company. I look at the positive catalysts that are coming up for the company to keep myself reminded as to why, regardless of what's going on in the macro environment, long term, Tesla is going to do phenomenal. And with the market down today, I'm going to follow through with my plan that I had of adding extra money into my IRA today and start playing the game of flipping Tesla stock in my Roth IRA. And this is something that many of you in the comments have told me you do, and it's a tax-free way of, being able to just gain yourself extra shares of Tesla stock. Sell it near the top, buy it back in when it's down. Again, nobody can time that, but you kind of can see some waves when it comes to Tesla. And so I'm going to start to work on that myself, and I'll keep you guys posted as to my progress with that. So catalyst number one is going to be Q4 earnings and the roadmap. Q4 earnings are expected to smash numbers and expectations. We've already seen that with the production and delivery numbers that came out earlier this month. So with that, putting all the numbers together, if you have not seen my video on the Q4 earnings preview that I have, I posted it yesterday. You could check that down in the description. And for me, I see huge numbers coming out of this. And then obviously the roadmap is huge too. This is where Elon's going to lay out all of the future product lines, all the different things that they are working on, and timelines for all of them coming out of this. And now there are several other catalysts that are, I think, going to come out of this roadmap, two of which are going to be Austin and Berlin. At this point, I do not know if they're going to announce production starting in either one of those factories before the earnings call. I have a feeling they're going to announce on the earnings call when the official production dates will be starting for both of these. We know that Berlin has been in pre-production. They had 250 cars available to be produced. They are now up to 2,000. Austin may be in that same boat. We have seen some pictures on Twitter of some Model Ys outside of Austin, so they may be working through that themselves right now. Again, I believe we'll find out for sure all of this information on the Q4 earnings call on the 26th. And now we did also see on Twitter from Sawyer Merritt, and Elon responded about not sharing Elon's travel plans anymore. Initially, we thought that Elon was going to be traveling to Berlin this past Sunday, and then that got pushed to later this week, and then to potentially mid-February. But as Sawyer said, it's best to not disclose this potential rumor information for the security of Elon and his family. And we will honor that and respect that as well. So any news that we may see about his travel plans, I will not speak about. Hopefully those others on Twitter will do the same and not share that as well. We do know about Berlin, about some rumors that there's going to be deliveries happening in March. So that can confirm that production should be starting February at the latest, and they will have some deliveries rolling out in March. Next on the list is the 4680 battery cell. This obviously is huge going forward because this is going to be a lighter, more efficient battery that is going to be lower cost as well. This is going to go into the Cybertruck and the new generations of the Model Y. There are a lot of job postings out of Austin for this, so we know that we have seen what looks like a lot of the battery production machinery going on in Austin, and there's the jobs for it. We already know that they are going to be doing battery production out of Austin, and it seems like they're pretty close to getting there. Hopefully we'll find out on the roadmap as well what the progress is for that. Personally, for me, I have my Model Y coming at the end of the year. I could push it up to July if I choose the induction wheels, but honestly, I would rather wait and make sure that my Model Y has the 4680 battery in it. So I'm not going to make any changes to my vehicle right now until I find out more progress about the 4680 battery. And then the next catalyst is the Cybertruck. Cybertruck is obviously something we have discussed quite a bit over the last week. with potential delays till 2023. Seems like most people are not too concerned about a delay if it happens. More people are concerned about making sure that this truck is going to come out and hit the ground running just like we expect and be light years beyond the Ford F-150, the Chevy Silverado, and the Rivian, which we are expecting this. We are expecting to come out and just blow everybody's minds away and be like, well, this isn't your normal truck like those other ones are. This is leaps and bounds beyond. So if we have to wait an extra quarter for that, so be it. Another one that I hope we'll hear about on the roadmap is the $25,000 car. Now, as Elon said, with being battery constrained, it's not wise to be looking at other vehicles and creating new models, especially one that is going to be as high selling as the $25,000 vehicle will be. So maybe it becomes a 2023 production. As long as we get some information on it out of the roadmap, I think that will add some clarity, just more of a confirmation of yes, this vehicle is coming. Yes, we are slated to have it in 2023. And that clarity, I think, will be enough for most of us. Obviously, their focus this year is going to be on the Model Y. So we are focusing on that. And going forward, I think that that is the smart thing for them to do this year, and then next year driving that production forward even more. And now with that $25,000 car, that is most likely going to be coming out of China and China alone. And they do have an expansion going on in Shanghai. Some rumors earlier in December had pointed to another factory being built specifically for the $25,000 car. The expansion coming right now, it seems like it is going to be for the Model Y, and just the Model Y alone, which will add another assembly line to them to increase production. That should be starting around April or May. Hopefully on the roadmap, we will find out more information about production timelines coming out of Shanghai and that expansion. The next positive catalyst is more of a macro catalyst, and that is the EV adoption. We have been seeing EV adoption growing exponentially over the last few months, and this is due to all of the other automakers coming out with their own EVs. This is the wave. This is where we're going. Everybody has said it. All the automotive makers, even Toyota has been like, hey, we're gonna do this. But it seems like this is the route that we are going. So the faster EV adoption happens, the better it is for Tesla. However, on the other side of it, we have to be cautionary because Tesla does need to keep up with production for that demand. So as demand grows, it's good for all of us who want to see the world go green and go EV. So this is good. However, we want to make sure that the production for Tesla can stay on top of this demand as that EV adoption takes over. And as this EV adoption takes over, we also look at FSD take rate. And it'll be interesting to see what the take rate is for FSD and see how that is growing, especially with the price going up on it. And doing a little research myself and thinking about all the different things that people on Twitter have been saying about, the price is going up, it's not good, but I'm looking at long term. And for myself, long term, I do intend on using my Model Y as a robotaxi and thinking about the revenue that my vehicle can potentially make me and generate in the future. Is it worth spending $12,000 on FSD now for a vehicle I'm going to have for probably 10 years? Now, while I may not be able to use it as a robotaxi for 4 years, I would still have 6 years of use of it as a robotaxi. That would more than make up for that $12,000 I paid for FSD. So as my time gets closer to take my delivery, I may take a look at that and decide this. And I think the more people who start to look at this and realize that their car eventually could potentially make them money and recoup all of that back, I think we're going to see that take rate go up. As well as, as soon as the technology gets better. We have FSD 11, as Elon said, potentially rolling out in February. That is going to be the foundation for what is going to potentially be true FSD and level 4 going forward. And Elon did say that level 4 is possible by the end of 2022. So both of those catalysts could really increase the FSD take rate over the course of the next year. And now another huge catalyst for the stock is their credit rating. And we may see after Q4 earnings that their credit rating goes up to something better than a junk credit rating. Because right now they're at a BB+, which is still considered a junk rating. As soon as they go one step higher, they start getting closer to investor grade. And when you get into investor grade, there's a lot of institutions out there that will not even touch the stock until it is investor grade. Once it hits that level, watch out, because now institutions will start buying into this. So this is going to be a huge catalyst that's kind of a sleeper catalyst that not many people are talking about. And we can potentially see this after Q4 earnings. And the last catalyst I have on my list is the energy growth. Elon did tweet and say that a lot of people are underestimating the growth of the energy market. And that's huge. It'll be nice to see where we are at for this quarter's energy sales. They were 806,000 for or 806 million for Q3. So it'll be interesting to see where they're at for Q4. And then the growth growing forward. We've seen a lot of secret mega pack factories popping up all over the place. So this is going to be another sleeper catalyst coming up, and very interesting. I think could be a huge catalyst going forward for the company and starting another S-curve within the energy part of itself. So these are all the catalysts that I had on my current list. Let me know down in the comments if you guys have any other catalysts for yourselves that you've been watching, maybe something that would be good for me to pay attention to as well. I may have missed something, so feel free to share down there what other catalysts do you guys see coming for 2022. Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate all of your support and feedback. If you have not subscribed, please do so down below. Sign yourself up for notifications. I am also on Twitter at OracleTim1. You can follow me there for all the latest Tesla news, pertinent stock information, and I do share all of my daily trades there as well. Thank you all so much. Have a great one.